More and more people are trying to reinvent the wheel of network marketing, and it's making it the failure industry that it is right now. I'm Dominic Izzo, and I'm a network marketing professional. I'm a retired police officer. I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been in the network marketing industry since 2011, and it's a big passion of mine, but it is one of the most abused, manipulated, abhorrent industries out there because of the practices of everyone right now who's in it. I make no qualms about offending people if you're getting involved in this industry. This industry is dominated by women who prey and manipulate other women and then perpetuate the cycle of the victimhood and the failure rate of this industry because of the women energy. The bottom line is the network marketing industry is 60 to 70% run by women, led by women. And we have a somewhere 75% plus failure rate, dropout rate, quit rate of women. And we have to start looking at the fact, ladies, it's your tactics. You guys spent the lockdowns going up online on social media saying, all you need to do is get two people. It's the lie that we perpetuated forever. All you need to do is do these reels, drink wine, be in a bikini on the beach and say, I'm going to retire my husband. I'm living my best life ever. And you're going to be able to make $1 million in your first 6 months. It's been a fucking manipulative lie for decades. The network marketing industry is sales. It's leading. It's working for your team. And if you can't get that down right, you're not going to make it. I want to look at Modern Downline here, which is a YouTube channel I came across. I'm already not a fan of his content, but the title is Recruit 1,000 People Fast. Well, I've done these before. The biggest and most disingenuous aspect of the network marketing industry, Fraser Brooks does this, so many other people do this, is they talk about recruiting 100 people in 10 days, 100 people in 100 days, 10 people in 10 days. Darren Kidd did his videos, recruit 100 people in 100 days. And the issue always is, and you may be a victim of this, you got recruited and then you got abandoned. Because one of the things that we do in the network marketing industry is we bring you in, and what do we say? All you need to do is get two people. And we don't articulate how difficult it is. And sometimes it may take some of you a year to get one person because you don't have those sales skills. Because you don't have the people skills, the leadership skills. You don't know how to necessarily impose your will on somebody in a positive way, not manipulative, influence, not manipulation. And then you're left off to the side of being stuck with a team that came in, produced nothing. They attended your meetings, your rah-rah rallies, your conferences, and then said, I got scammed. And then you did the business for 2 years, you made $10,000, and then you now advocate against MLM because you got scammed because you couldn't keep people in. We have it backwards in network marketing. We need to be working for the people we recruit. My number is there, 708-982-0974. It's public. You can get a hold of me. I don't care what company you're in, Mary Kay, Herbalife, Avon, Beachbody, if they're still around. I don't care. I want to teach people the responsibility of sales and working for your team. It's a very simple philosophy. Far too many people think they need 1,000 people underneath them, which you can never give yourself to. If you legitimately had 5 people under you that you worked for, that you sold for, you trained, you spent time until they hit the highest level of income earning with your company, which for many of you is a small amount of orders, right? Some companies like you need 30 orders to hit that top as an individual, maybe 100 orders. If you spent that time and you got 5 people to that level, you would have a fixed income that would be worth your time in network marketing. But instead, we all do it backwards. You bring people in, just get somebody on the phone with me. You don't teach them. Well, here, watch this training. You don't mentor them. You don't work with them because you yourself probably don't know the right way to do sales because you weren't taught that. I'm going to piss you off. I make a lot of enemies in this industry because this industry is fucked and we need to course correct massively. The way to fix your network marketing team to make money for yourself and to have people see you as somebody who didn't scam them but served them is to find out exactly what the number of, if you're in a product-based business or a service-based business, but let's go with product, how many orders does your company require an individual to get for them to get the top bracket, the top rank pay? Once you do that, you get it for yourself. If you need 50 orders, you master the art of selling, and you sell, and you obtain your 50 orders. It's going to take a lot of fucking work, a lot of time. You got to learn how to sell. 708-982-0974. Let me help you. Once you do that and you've mastered that, then you go recruiting. You bring one person in, and you do the same thing for that person. You don't recruit another fucking person until you've gotten them to your status. Now they're making money and you're making money because remember, you make money off of them. After that happens, you do it again. Once you do it 5 times and you've got 5 people underneath you who are all at the highest level of pay and or commission rate, you've got a good income coming in where you could start to go back if you want. Maybe you're making $1,000 extra a month. Maybe you're making $2,000. The naysayers and the haters will always say, "Well, that's that's a failure. You're making $1 an hour." That's subjective, up to you. Being an entrepreneur is the toughest job on the planet because you got to make your own schedule. You don't have a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 10 or whatever it is where the bosses are looking at you and they have a level of expectation you get paid hourly. It's a lot of fucking work and you have to be accountable. So that's why I'm saying take your time. But instead of recruiting 50 people in a month who are all going to drop out because you couldn't give them the time of day, and all of a sudden you're cross referencing your times when you could take a phone call for somebody, it's easier, it's better, it's longer lasting if you work for your people, you sell for them, you hold their hand every step of the way and change your mindset. Instead of them getting you on the phone, people, you get people on the phone with them. Need help? 708-982-0974. There's my number. We could do this. I want to listen to this. I want to listen to his main video on his page, which was the systems behind every. Which one is this? No. He had a great video I want to look at. That's going to be the easiest sale to get. Oh, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Weiss. We're going to take a look at this. And I'm not here to make friends, like I said. This industry needs to be called out. We have far too many anti-MLM content creators who think they're exposing something that they're not. They're showing the fickleness of women who prey on other women. And ladies, if you're offended and you think I'm misogynist or I'm sexist, I am. And it's for the sake of improving this industry. You guys are taken advantage of. Look at every anti-MLM content creator. They are weak women. They're unattractive women. They're women who are seeking a community to be involved with, and they were preyed upon most likely by more attractive, grandiose, popular women. If you look at all the leaders in the network marketing space who are women, look at them. How many of them have breast implants, lip fillers, bright blonde hair, overly done makeup, and extravagant wardrobes? Because everybody wants to be. It's the mean girls club. And sadly, you guys are targeted for that. You need to expose this so that if you are aware of it to begin with, then maybe you won't be recruited into this industry and then leave after 2 weeks and saying it's a scam and then ruining it for the rest of us. I'm doing my best to give you the warning signs and the red flags so you won't get fucking taken advantage of in the first place. But if you want to do this industry, you want to step up and you want to say, I'm introverted, I suck, I want to master sales, and you're a glutton for punishment, I'm here to fucking help you. Other than that, this industry has to be improved, and that starts by calling out people who are shysters and are lying about the industry.
Welcome to another episode of Secret MLM Hacks Radio. I am here in the park again. This seems to be a thing. I don't know. I'm enjoying the last little bits of sunshine before the winter.
First things first, I've always talked about this too as well. I'm not about to sit there and listen to a Johnny douchebag who has a backwards hat on and a t-shirt if they're going to talk about sales, business, and marketing. One of my mentors, I told him flat out, I'll name names all the time. I worked with and for Rick Gutman. Guy's a genius in the network marketing space. I have a lot of respect for him. But when I first met him, so to speak, he was wearing an affliction shirt. He wears a hat over his ears. It's an unprofessional look. He's more successful than I am, but his appearance screams, I don't care about you. That's the point. I'm always in tie, 3-piece suit, not for me, but to sit there and show you I give a shit enough about my prospects to dress the part. Be taken seriously. If you're going to sell and you're going to lead, you have 2 chances to make a first impression. What you look like and what comes out of your mouth. Just keep that in mind if you're going to do this business.
I guess. Guys, I'm excited for today's episode. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about how to sell to those who have a pre-existing desire to buy what you sell.
Let's find out what this is all about then.
Opportunity to grow a real asset for yourself. But you also see that there's huge issues starting to emerge. Like, why haven't big MLMs let tactics change in over 30 years? Or why have they been cutting commissions?
One of the biggest reasons that the tactics shouldn't change is because every time you try to change something, you're trying to get people to learn 1% of what works and then move on to the next thing. It's the jack of all trades and master of none without the finishing of that quote. I want somebody 100% confident in their ability to sell a product before they recruit. I've had to restart my teams over so many times because I was one of those recruit 60 people in a month. And I can't serve all of them. It's disingenuous. I profited off of them, but they weren't seeing the results. They don't have the passion I do. They don't have the personality I do. When I started to realize this industry is backwards, my passion for the business changed. My integrity changed. It wasn't, well, all I'm doing a Wednesday night training every week and jump on, and we have to teach tonality. We have to learn how to get storytelling, get the pain points, and, sell you. How about instead, since I'm so good at it, I do that for people. And I'm the one. We'll just make a list of 10 people, right? We hear it all the time. We hear the Darren kids. We hear all the people out there who sit there and do the whole seminars. They don't do network marketing anymore. They teach network marketing. Get out a piece of paper and write 10 names on that paper. They don't know how to call. They don't know how to sell. This industry recruits people who have no sales skills to do a job that is 100% sales. And that's the joke of this industry and what needs to change.
Smaller and smaller. Or even, how dumb is it that old MLM rules say you'll get in trouble when you use the internet to grow your team?
I think one of the reasons that you do get in trouble for growing your team is, again, you are not giving the care people deserve. We see it every single day. Somebody gets recruited, you court the shit out of them, you hound them, you lie to them, you manipulate them, they come in, and then you abandon them. I think that's why. And the internet gives you a bigger access to do that in scale and volume, and that is what is destroying this business.
Some of the blaring questions we all face today. This podcast will show you how real MLMers like us are waging war on the old dying methods. And we aren't cheating by only bugging uninterested family and friends. Follow this podcast while I expose the shocking methods I'm using to build my 10,000 person downline and get people begging to join my team daily. Here's to the new tactics without all those old, rusty MLM shackles. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to
10,000 people. How many of them can you serve properly? That's the big problem I have. Until we are serving and working for our downlines, I'm not talking jump on a Zoom and everybody. I'm talking you are available on 100 until you can duplicate phenomenally what you do. This is a dangerous precedent to stand as a standard, because you're going to get people coming in thinking you do the same thing. And that puts you at guru status, and you're not going to have independence. We talk about all the time in network marketing, it's all about duplication. The system needs to be duplicatable. But the problem is if you don't have somebody who's duplicatable like you are, it's like Jessie Lee Ward. There will always be one and only Jessie Lee Ward, and she was the most dynamic woman on the planet. She's unfucking duplicatable. But the system is duplicatable. But when people got involved because of her, didn't matter what business she went through, it's because of her that they joined. Well, then When they can't do what she did, they're going to blame the system as being a scam, even though the system is really fucking simple. Sell a product, recruit others to do it. That's all it is. Contact, invite, show the plan, follow up. That's all the system is. But if you don't have the personality and the skill set to do it, then it becomes the scam.
Secret MLM Hacks Radio. You know, I grew up on a golf course. As a public golf course, it wasn't like crazy nice or anything, but it was, our house was on the back nine of a public golf course. And, you know, we my brother and I ended up working there. In fact, I think all my siblings did. Ended up working there. I was the cart boy. I would just go and I would collect golf balls inside the golf cart. I was that guy that everyone would try and hit at the driving range, you know, like try to hit everybody. Or they were trying to hit us. And I had a lot of fun golfing. I'm not amazing at it at all. In fact, I haven't golfed in years, but not really. And it was interesting, you know, whenever I would see somebody go up to to the driving range, I never saw them pull out a putter to hit a 300-yard shot. You know, I'm thinking like, duh, and what's the point of this? There's a huge point to this, okay? You don't use a driving, right? You don't use a driver. You don't use a driving club, right? You don't use a long distance club. Let's say you don't know golf. So you don't use a club that's supposed to put the ball 300 yards for a 3-foot shot. You know what I'm saying? For a 1-yard shot. There's different tools. There's different clubs for it. You have to understand that sales is very much the same. Probably about a year and a half ago, I kind of started stumbling on this idea. Well, I'll tell you, actually, when I left my job, I started selling to anybody who was in MLM. I wanted anyone who was already in MLM to come join my MLM, right? And you should think about that. Who do you want in your downline? And so the criteria that I set was, you know what, I want to go grow a big downline and make it even bigger. But the way I want to do it though is I want to go for those people who are already in MLM. Now that was good. Now think about this. I got a few questions I want to hit with you guys real fast on this. If I'm targeting people who are already in MLM, what question do I get to skip? I get to skip the question, isn't MLM a pyramid scheme? Yeah, stupid.
The problem, and I've always run into this because I went after the same tactic. The problem is with people with MLM, when you focus on doing that, you're trying to recruit them, and that's an issue. If you go for the MLM people, try first to sell your product to them, but you have to be willing to buy theirs as well too. Anytime I've ever set up, and I've been very candid, you're an MLM, I'm an MLM, I want to recruit you. What happens usually is they listen to my pitch just to pitch me on the backside, and that's why it's like I don't deal with people who are already in MLM. I'm more focused on the selling of a product in MLM than the recruiting. That's the stage I'm in now. Make sure that whatever MLM you get involved in, you can create a healthy income with passive income, that passive income that everybody talks about what they want by selling. Again, if you can master selling the product for your company, you then can start recruiting. We do that. I don't know how we do it. It's like going and if you've never even, I'm Italian. I don't know how to make Greek food, but I know that Greek restaurants do very well in the Chicago area. In some way, it's like going out and opening up a Greek restaurant. I don't even learn how to cook the food yet, but I'm already looking to franchise, and I go hire other people of different cultures, Hispanics, Asians, blacks, and to go, oh no, it's easy. Here's the system. It's there. I think that there's a disingenuous spin on this industry. We put the cart before the horse all the time.
Question that idiots will ask you sometimes, right? Just being honest, right? When I sell somebody who has already bought a car, what question do I get to skip? I get to skip the question of, why do I need a car, right? How does it work? How do I drive it? Okay, there's a subtle but extremely powerful lesson with this whole thing. And I started realizing, oh my gosh, if I want somebody to buy my weight loss thing or whatever, I need someone who has already purchased a weight loss thing, okay?
The problem I'm having with this concept already is you're bringing in people who already have bad habits. If I were to go And I make myself available. I say it all the time. If you're already in a network marketing space and you're in, Mary Kay, you're in Avon, you're in Beachbody, you're in Herbalife, and you call me 708-982-0974 to ask me how to improve your business, I do get calls. I will take your calls. I will talk to you for free to help you build your business. But understand, I'm trying to give you value so that you see why I work for you, so that you will come for me. You will be like, I'd rather work on Izzo's team. I want to be with him. That's my method for it, right? But at the same time, you need to see that that's a tactic that I expect you to reproduce, to duplicate, serving others. So if going after the people who are already in network marketing is a dangerous thing, because everybody is looking to be the guru in some aspect. Everybody's looking to be the top, to be the man, if you will. And we want to change that in this industry. And we want to create a legion of servants. Serve first and the sale will come is my absolute definitive belief in this business.
Most people, when they're trying to go find, right, I have to do less educating of a customer when I get more strict on my criteria. When I have no criteria on the kind of person I want to bring into my downline or sell my product to, I have to be very good at varying levels of education, right? I have to be able.
No, you don't, and that's where it's different. Network marketing person, you have to schmooze the shit out of them to impress them to join your team. When they're in the back of their mind, they're trying to figure out they could recruit you. I will tell you the number one way to deal with he's talking about cold market at this point. Serve. So many of you are missing this key tactic, and it's insane. Where you may be going after a niche. How many network marketers do you really know that are out there that are willing to jump ship without trying to recruit you for theirs? Whatever. But if you go and you take your prospecting list, that's your memory jogger, right? Who's your dentist? Who's your lawn care? Who's your launderer? Who's your banker? And that's what we take to try to sell, right? Hey, Dr. John, I've got this product that would be great in your office. I think that I could do X, Y, and Z. Put it out. I want to recruit you. Instead, if we take that prospect list, that memory jogger, who's your dentist? Well, dentists need more clients. Who's your launderer? Man, who do you know that has some dirty clothes that you could send over there? Who's your lawn care maintenance? I bet you that guy or gal is looking to improve their business. Every single person that you list on your memory jogger is a potential for you to connect with somebody in your network. We talk all the time about being a network, right? You got a network of 100 people and you may think that's nothing. Out of 100 people, they're going to need a dentist. They're going to need a doctor. They're going to need lawn care. They're going to need babysitters. And if you work for those people and connect them, then call it a shit. Hey, listen, I want to get you some more clients, but I want to pitch you my business. And you have to be very good at pitching your business. There's always room for improvement on that. But start there. Go to the people who are not in network marketing and say, hey, you're a car salesman. I'd like to be able to send business your way. I want your 5 minutes to listen to what I do to consider becoming my customer. It's so much less intrusive if you try to pitch somebody becoming a client of yours or a customer instead of a recruit. I'm going to tell you, make your life easier. Learn to sell your product or your service first. Wait until down the road and to leverage the to recruit.
Be very good at delivering very varying levels of education. Like, oh crap, okay, you're gonna come over here. You have a question about, you need to ask me still if MLM is still, oh crap, that means that you're probably never been in MLM before. What are the problems that are gonna come with that? Probably because you've never been in MLM before. Have you been successful in anything ever? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be like rude, but it's a legitimate question, right? And then when somebody says like, well, Steve.
That's why we work for the people who come in and we sell. I think it's one of the biggest things that you could do in your network marketing. Imagine this for a second. Let's say you're in hair care. I don't know what company you're at, Monet, and you need. I don't know how that company goes. There's several friends who are in it, but if you needed 50 personal orders in order to hit the top commission, that's your goal, is to sell, and it could take you a year. It's an investment. Don't look at MLM as coming in and getting rich in your first 3 months. Look to the long haul. Give yourself 5 years minimum. When you learn exactly how it goes to sell the minimum requirement where you've got that steady income coming in, maybe it's an extra $500 a month. Well, you're working 90 hours a week to do it. Well, you're going to do it. And once that's set, you're good. It's worth the headache. It's worth the growth. It's worth the skill development set. But once you do that and you've got that, now all of a sudden it's your job to do it again for somebody else. And then you recruit somebody else and you do it again for somebody else. This is, again, I keep saying we're doing it backwards in network marketing. You want to recruit 1,000 people each who would get one order. I would rather have 5 people who have 50 orders than 1,000 people who have one order. They're going to be looking at me later on saying, you promised me the moon and the stars, and you're going to get 80 to 90% of those people drop out. Well, that's 80 to 90% of people who are on the street now saying you're a scumbag fucking liar who promised them shit and you scam them. I'm telling you, learn how to sell, learn how to serve others.
Even I don't know that I want to get into this weight loss thing because does it actually work? Right? I want somebody, when I go get somebody who has already purchased a weight loss thing, that's not what I'm in, but you understand, like I'm just saying as an example. If I go get somebody who's already been buying a weight loss thing, I don't have to answer or deal with those questions. They're already sold on the fact that works. It means I don't need to be the best at that piece. Okay?
No, you should be. Every single time. You need to be a professional in this industry, and you need to wow the shit. I let people pitch me all the time, and then I politely say, do you mind if I give you some advice on your pitch? Because I'm phenomenal at pitching, recruiting, and closing. But I can't duplicate my skill set in someone else, which is why now my mission in this industry is to recruit, but to work for. It's a whole new servant mindset for the industry. If we build someone else coming in the business, and instead of abandoning them, we work for them, they're going to sit back and go, holy shit, I joined Dominic Izzo's team, and over a 3-month period, they got me 50 orders. I'm making $500 a month now coming in residual, and it's my choice now. I can say, hey, I want to do this for somebody else. Can you help me or teach me? Or I'm just happy and I'll stay on this until the numbers start to drop off over the next year, and I'm down to maybe $50 a week coming in, and it's X, Y, and Z. It's their choice. But I would rather have somebody come in and say, I went to Dominic Izzo's team and he busted his ass and he got me 50 orders before I really knew how to do anything. And that showed me he gave a shit about me, and he spent time with me instead of just me trying to chase him down, or he only called me when he needed me for something. It's a different mindset. And I wish I had understood this in the beginning of my network marketing career in order to make the changes necessary. And we have to go that route. Far too many of you are focused on becoming the guru, stand at the podium, wear your dress, get the accolades at conference. That's what you all fucking want. Instead of serving others, you have to go backwards in this industry and start at the bottom to build the top.
When I go and I sell somebody who's already been in an MLM, that means I don't have to go and answer questions that they're going to ask about, is this a pyramid scheme? How does this work? What is a downline? What is a comp plan, right? Like super noob questions, right? When I go and I target...
The more you answer those super noob questions, the better you get at presenting them, the more you understand. I'm also a martial arts teacher and a wrestling coach, and I improved at both skills as a wrestler and as a martial artist when I had to teach. Because now I had to explain, what are you doing when you do this and this and this and this? It's like, okay, what is these? What? Oh shit, I got to explain to you why I'm doing this and then this and then this. I have to explain it to you, which means I have to process it in my head in order for you to understand it. Anytime you're in any skill, baking, auto mechanic, painting, I don't care what it is, your skill set develops stronger when you have to teach it to somebody else. Keep that in mind.
Target somebody who already knows what a funnel at least is, then I'm not going to get asked questions like, do you mean kitchen funnels? Which people have asked me, okay? What I'm saying here is that inside of this whole thing, when you start figuring out who you actually want to be in your downline, get strict. You're not closing up the pot of people. You're actually making it easier for you to sell and easier for those people to have success with you. And the big fallacy that people have is they'll sit back and they'll say things like, hey, I am, because I'm going after this market and this market and this market, that's better because bigger is better. Not in targeting, okay? It's not in targeting. Yeah, I had somebody ask me 2 days ago, I was on stage.
You target by, my upline loves this one all the time. She believes that I should be cross-promoting to my other audiences. If you know me from anything else, you know that on YouTube, I have one of the largest martial arts channels on YouTube. And I also do police commentary. I'm a retired cop. And I have a very large police commentary. I have an Instagram with over 100,000 people follow me for my police content. And her philosophy is always, well, cops need our product, X, Y, and Z. Martial artists need our product, X, Y, and Z. And I keep trying to explain to her that you have to niche down in your perspective presentation. So network marketing, some people only know me for that. Some people only know me for the law enforcement, and some people only know me for the martial art content. And when you prospect based off of a product or recruitment, it's not going to translate well to people who don't align with what you're doing. So how you solve that problem is you serve. What I mean by that is I am very unsuccessful targeting my martial arts audience or my law enforcement audience with network marketing. Doesn't work. Hey, I saw you liked me on the police breakdown I did on the George Floyd case and how I condemn what so-and-so did and blah, blah, blah. Tell me what you do for a living. And have you ever thought about network marketing? It doesn't fucking work. It devalues me. If I want somebody's business from my audience on one of the other platforms, I have to serve them first. I have to build a relationship with them. I have to work for them. Hey, listen, I appreciate the fact you like my video content on this. What do? You do that? How can I help your business thrive? Let me show you value first and get you some business because I'm going to ask for a favor down the road. Then I can go, if I've got somebody for conversations, prospects or whatever, then all of a sudden it's, yeah, listen, you remember I did that for you? Yeah. In order for me to sustain my businesses, I'm also involved with network marketing and I sell a product. I want 5 minutes of your time now in order to wind up pitching you. I want to gain your business. That all comes across in the tonality of being somebody that they need to show attention to, right? It's command presence. I had command presence as a police officer because you saw me get out of a squad. You saw me in a uniform. My uniform was tailored. It was clean. It was presentable. And automatically, by the air of what society deems cops, I was guaranteed, unless somebody hated cops, command presence. I walked up and there was a reverence and respect back and forth. Doesn't happen in network marketing. Doesn't happen in sales. You find out I'm in sales, your guard goes up. You want something from me. So to get that guard down, I have to serve you first. Hey, you do t-shirt sales? Great. Let me get your information. Let me build your business for you. What do I want in return? 5 weeks down the road, 2 weeks down the road or whatever, I'm going to ask you for a favor. You're going to listen to me pitch you. Okay. You have to be willing to lead. And that's a business. Get your calendar out. You can't sell somebody in 10 days. You have to build a relationship for them. Hey, I got you 5 calls today on this. Now I want you to listen to me. You have to put in the time and the effort. This business has been bastardized because we plant the seed and we want it to grow overnight. You guys are standing over the pot after you plant the seed and you're pissing in it because you think that that's going to make it grow faster. You're blasting UV light on it because you want it to grow faster. You're not cultivating. You're not nurturing. You're not giving it time. And that's the hardest part of this business that nobody does.
I was pitching and it went okay. I did like 10 grand, which is, it's like 80 people in the room, so it's not bad. But
80,
it was okay.
There's the arrogance too. For the most part, people who are high value at sales, they don't waste their time with network marketing, which means, and we need to say this, the clueless rubes who are so easily manipulated get involved with network marketing because they've been told it's get rich quick, because they've been told it's easy, because they've been told, and you're going to brush off making $10,000. That's more than most of these people will ever see in the majority of their career in network marketing. Now, you help somebody else make that. If you're brushing that off, then fucking have somebody else make it. You should be able to duplicate what you did for at least 5 other people on your team, giving them the exact same time and attention and care, and saying, I made 5 other people $10,000. That's something to be proud of, not brushing off with this scumbag common sales tactic. It was $10,000 I made. 10,000. What did you make for somebody else? Show us that.
It was fascinating. You know, I had somebody walk up to me and say, now, Steven, we know that, he said, I can see from what you're doing in the MLM space, what you're doing is you're going after people who are already marketers. I said, yeah. He goes, isn't that hard? I said, not harder than any other sale. He goes, really? He goes, do you think there's enough people in there for you to have enough success? I said, yeah, I mean, it's working now. I just passed my 2,000th person asking to join my downline personally.
And how many of those people are you able to serve in a day, one-on-one? That is such a crucial aspect, because if you can't reach them, if you are not interacting with them, that's a problem. That's a big problem, especially when we are the top of the pyramid, right? Everybody's they're coming in because of you and your personality and Steven and your name. But if they can't get your time without you brushing them off after 10 minutes, then it's a problem. Build this business properly. And no, the shortage of MLM people to recruit is never going to be the case, because people are always getting fucked over and abandoned out there. So thanks to the people like Steven out there who brag about recruiting 2,000 people, there's going to be 90% of them who feel neglected. And there's always room for others out there who are willing to serve.
Right. I'm not saying I accept all of them, because I don't. It's a legitimate application, and I turn people away a lot. And he goes, are you serious? He goes, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, you guys understand, like, the way I bring somebody into my product usually determines what they will do after they're in it. And so if I have to call somebody and I have to beg them in and be like, come on, help me out here, I'm going to be saying the same things to them once they're in, right? They get in, then they get in, then I'm like, come on, help me out here. And it sucks. And it's like, I got to put a cattle prod to their back. Anyway, the whole point I'm trying to make with this episode here is that, let's say I'm
Here's my thing. If I'm going to recruit you, right? You have an interest in working with me. It's as simple as this. The company I'm with has a standard of 40 orders in order to wind up hitting a level to where you're making approximately $500 a month. There's no guaranteed income. There's no income statements whatsoever. It's my experience that many orders on an individual level, that many orders of a specific type, because we have different products, will earn a possibility of, I'm going to say this as careful as possible in order not to give false information or to lie about shit. But based on math, 40 orders keeps you at a point for a top out rate where you qualify your business, and it is equaled approximately $500 a month. That being said, if you come in, you're my focus. If I recruit you tomorrow, you are my focus until I achieve the exact same for you. And I want 90 days. I work better for someone else. I've got a fucking problem. I don't like selling for myself. It sucks. But if I know that I have to put my money where my mouth is, and then all of a sudden it's going to be my success is going to be based off of your experience of doing business with me, then I got to fucking prove it to you. I'm an achiever. I operate great on negative reinforcement. I just come from the 70s. It's a different time. If you say I can't do it, I'm going to do it. And I want to prove to you that I can do it. And I'm going to do it. So the way that I look at it is one new recruit every 3 months, every 90 days that's a maximum standard. Well, you're recruiting maybe 4 people a year? Yeah. Because I did the 60 in a month. 63 in a month to be exact. And they all, after a year, gone. And it happened every single time I did it. Now, If I focus on one person, 50 orders, not the 40, get the 50 for insurance. 50, 50, 50. Then all of a sudden, my skills have to improve. You see that I'm serious about working for you. You see that I'm making you money. I can't control whether or not you come in and you're going to take it seriously and take over, but I'm still going to make money in the process. I'm still going to wind up duplicating that, and other people are going to see it. And they're going to have that. I'm going to have the reputation of working for you. It's a longer process. It's a very, very detailed process. It's a very time-consuming process. I believe with everything that I am that I have a long-term goal. And my long-term goal, and I'll tell anybody this in order to tell you my secret, in order to how to change network marketing and the community of it. This is my dream. My dream is if it takes 10 years, it takes 10 years. I've got 50 strong, solid people underneath me. You want 2,000? Get 2,000. I want 50. 50 people. Joan is underneath me. Joan's got her 50, and 49 other people underneath me all have their 50 orders. Joan recruits somebody. Joan recruits Jane. Jane comes in, and all of a sudden it's a team meeting. We have a new recruit this month. It's Jane. She's Joan's new recruit. We have to show collectively we all give a shit about Jane. Every single one of us spends this month getting one order, and we all secure it for Jane. We all walk her through it, all 50 of us. Jane all of a sudden walks into a company where in her first month, she gets 50 orders. The company makes 50 new sales. Company doesn't care. We all tell everybody coming in, the whole process, everything, you're going to be Jane's client, but you'll have access to me, all of this, because we're all going to work for each other. But imagine it. You come into a network marketing company where instead of, can you imagine if this guy has 2,000 people underneath him and all 2,000 people get one fucking order for a new recruit, and that person has 2,000 orders, how much money they will be making? It blows me away. We brag about the recruits. We never talk about what they do for the people coming in. I want 50. 50. So if Jane gets one person for that month, and then Steve gets one person, Steve's got Phil coming in. Now all 50 need 2 orders that month. One person goes to Jane, one person goes to Phil. One order. We're building a team of integrity. It's my dream to change the industry for that. You work for the new people. What are they going to say? Oh, I got brought into this business and they fucking scammed me. Oh, they placed orders for me. I started making $500 a month my first month because they worked for me. How many times you go to a job, you get a stipend for your first 60 days? Hey, this is what we're going to do. We're all going to get an order for you. And for the first month, we're going to start making money, but that's it. We expect you now to sit there and learn the process that month, get with the top salespeople, get with the top people who understand this, learn it because you're going to be duplicating that for the people you bring in. That's my dream. That's how we change the network marketing industry. We have a collective group of strong leaders, not 2,000, but 50, and you all sell for the new person coming in. You make them feel wanted and welcome. That is how you change the culture of network marketing. And if I have a team of 2,000, out of that, if 20 new people come in that month, that's 2,000 people to divide up 50 in groups of 50 and say, you guys are focusing on A, B, C, D, E, all the way through 20. We can change this industry if we do it the right way, and we've been doing it backwards for decades.
Golfing. And let's say I'm on the green, right? So let's say a golf ball lands just a few, like 2 feet away. All right, let's say even closer. Let's say an inch. Let's say my golf ball is resting an inch away from the hole. What's the likelihood that I'm going to hit a hole? What's the likelihood that I'm going to hit it in the hole? It's high, right? Super high. I'm trying to do the same thing.
I'm going to skip ahead because I get he's talking about niching down on your prospects. Go ahead and try it. Do it. See if you have here's the deal. You know what? We're going to wrap it up with this. if he's advocating, and you can check his stuff out. This is Modern Downline on YouTube. You can check him out. That's completely fine and fair. But this is my question. If you're going after the network marketing space, because people try to recruit me all the time. I try to get recruited by an influencer, very, very, very well-known conservative influencer. She's with the company, and they're marketing towards conservatives and conservative values. And, I said, I have an interest in leaving to a degree, but I need to give my company more time to secure what I want. I'm not ready to leave. But what do you offer me more than what I'm getting now? Because I don't need upline help. I don't do third-party calls. I don't do, hey, yeah, Jane, let me connect you with Susan, my upline. Yeah, Susan does this. All right, I'm going to mute myself out. You guys talk. I don't do that shit. I'm tired of it. It doesn't work. You have to learn how to do it all on your own. Compensation plans, they're all the fucking same. Everybody focuses on the bonus. I don't give a shit about the bonus. Everybody gets in, they try to sell, get to the top in your first 10 days, make the $1,000 bonus, but then what? Then what? That's how network marketing is destroyed. You guys are all at the sprint. You're not for a marathon. What can you offer someone in network marketing to recruit them that's better at what they have? Hey, listen, I'm going to bring you in. You don't know our company. I will spend the next 90 days with you, focusing only on you, selling for you until you reach the highest status of percentage of income of what you're going to make, commissions. That's what I offer. I've been with the company for 14 years. I know it more than you. Let me sell for you. Focus on doing what you got to do. But all I ask is at the end of it, if it takes me a month to do it or 90 days to do it, you make the decision what you want to continue. I can't help you after that, but I've padded my numbers because I'm going to be making money off you. Guys, the network marketing industry is backwards. It is being ruined and destroyed by toxic femininity and the bullshit lie of sitting on a beach somewhere in your bikini, working from your laptop, doing lip sync dance routines with the girls on a Friday night, champagne in the air, and thinking you're going to duplicate it. You're not. Learn to work for the people you bring in, but only after you've mastered the sell. Serve others, and the sale will come. 708-982-0974. That is my direct line. I don't care who you're with. I will listen to what your problems are, and I will do my best to help you. And I will show you value because I want you to come, and I want you to work with me. Let me work for you to build the change that this culture and network marketing leaves. We can change MLM culture if we just serve others first. I hope that makes sense. I hope you have value in this video. I hope you'll share it and comment below and let me know what you think. And I hope you will continue to build your business with integrity. And if I can help in any way, there's my number. Get a hold of me. I look forward to connecting with you.